Hello YouTube world and welcome to my channel. My name is Jay, aka Goochiekisses, and I am here today with a get ready with me using the new NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. Now first I'm going to start off with primer, and I am using the Becca First Light priming filter. And I'm going to put that on the perimeters of my face where I am less oily to give it more shine, because the NYX foundation is pretty matte. So I want to kind of calm down that matte with a nice luminous primer. So I use that on the perimeters of my face. And now where I'm get more early in my T-zone, I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime. And that's going to go in my T-zone, so on my forehead and my nose. And that's going to combat the oils that I get after about 2 hours. Hopefully it'll keep the oils away for a few hours so the foundation lasts longer. Now next up, I am going in with the foundation. That of course is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. And this is going to be in the color Warm Mahogany. And I've noticed with this foundation, a little goes a long way. I don't feel like it's a full coverage at first. It is more of a medium buildable coverage. But the less you use, the less oily you get. So I did in the beginning, before I started the video, I went in with a concealer and I kind of concealed some of my dark spots. And that way the foundation kind of blends into the skin. Now it does dry down to a complete matte. So I did start off with just one pump on half of my face. And then I'm going to go in with a second pump to do the other half. And then after that, I kind of go in with a third pump to fill in any of the to cover up any of the dark spots that I have left on my face, so that everything blends in seamlessly. Now with this foundation, I do prefer the brush technique. I have used the Beauty Blender and it seems that you get more of a lighter coverage. The brush gives you more of a coverage because it seems not to soak up so much of the product. But of course, like I said, it is very matte, so you do have to work pretty fast to blend in the foundation because you don't want it to dry up in one spot. So as soon as I lay it down, I then hurry up and go in with the brush to go ahead and smooth it out over my entire face. Now next we're going to go into primer, and I have it's going to be the Tarte Shape Tape Primer, and it is in the shade Deep, and I'm going to use that under my eyes and down the bridge of my nose, and I use that to kind of lighten my face and bring some more dimension into the face area. Now the Deep is not exactly my skin tone, it is a little bit lighter, and then also, you know, if you use a lighter setting powder as well, that brings light to your face. But I just go in and highlight my under eyes, right under my nose, and then down the bridge of my nose as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend that in with a brush as well. Usually I do go in with a Beauty Blender for this part, but since I was going along with the brush idea, I just went ahead and stuck with the whole everything brushes. Now this is my first time actually using a brush for concealer, and I have to say that it did still blend really well. The Tarte Shape Tape blends seamlessly anyways, and I still got great coverage. Usually with a beauty blender, of course, you know, you get less coverage because the sponge soaks up a lot of the product, but this I definitely got great coverage and it blended wonderfully. And the brushes I'm using are the Real Technique brushes. Now next I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Powder, and this is in the shade Banana Yellow. And I just dip my brush into that, and then I dip the excess powder off into the powder, and then I lightly tap that under the eyes and on the eyelids as well, and then under my nose. And then I kind of pat that in and then sweep it away so that you don't have a real harsh brightening effect right in the middle of your face. Now next I'm going to move on to bronzer, and I'm going to go in with the NYX Matte Bronzer, and this is in the shade Deep. Now when I first picked up this bronzer, and this is my first time doing this as well. Now just realizing from today from using this bronzer, it is very light in color. It's not as dark as most bronzers that I use, so since it was so light and it didn't really give me a bronzed look, I did go ahead and go in next with the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer, and that is in the color Mahogany. Now that's going to give me a more bronze to my face, so I did go in with that over the NYX just to get a little bit more color to my face, bring a little bit more dimension to the face. And that one, even though they look almost like the same color, it's like warmer tone, so it does have a little bit more reddish in it, so it definitely did bronze up the face like I wanted. Now next I've moved into blush, and I am using the Lorac blush, and this is in the color Infrared. Now this is a very, very pigmented blush. I have had it for a while, and I use just the smallest amount, because if you dip in your brush and go crazy with it, you will end up with some shiny red cheeks, and it is kind of hard to tone down because it is very, very highly pigmented. Now next for highlighter, I went in with the NYX. I use the NYX highlighter, and this is the Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. And then I have this in the color Pure Gold. And this is a liquid highlighter. I normally don't use liquid highlighters, and this is maybe my second time using this one. So what I did is I did go ahead and squeeze some on my finger and then dot it onto my face, and then I blended it out with a brush. After doing so, it wasn't really hard to blend, but I did realize that I probably should have went in with this part with a beauty blender. The fan brush it did a pretty good job of blending it out, but I think a beauty blender would have gave me better results. And now this is a gorgeous color. It matched my skin perfectly. It really made my skin glow. Now I did go over this liquid highlighter only because I felt that maybe since it was a liquid, it may fade or may not stay like most highlighters. But after using it, I don't see that, that wasn't really a problem. But I did go in over that highlighter with the NYX Duochromatic highlighter or illuminating powder. And I have the shade Synthetica, and it is a golden tone as well. And then it just gave more shine to the cheeks. It really brightened up that highlighter. And I used that on the high points of my cheeks and then on my Cupid's bow as well. Now last, I went in to set my face, and I am using the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. Usually I would use my Urban Decay, but I figured since I'm using mostly NYX products, I want to use the NYX spray to set everything. And so I just spray away. Now for my lips, I did go in with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and I used the color Havana, and this is a purpley shade. Now after I put it on, I did realize that the purple that it gave off didn't really match the eye look, and I was looking for something a little bit darker because I love my dark colors. And so on top of that, I did want to use something different, something more dark, something that matched the eyeshadow. And so I went in with the NYX Full Throttle, and this is in the shade 06, and this is it's a darker purple, and now it claims to be waterproof, and that is definitely the case because I did test it after letting it dry, and I did the back of the hand kiss test, and none of it came off. I did also eat and drink, and it still stayed on, no problems there. So now guys, this concludes my video. I did do a end of the day test.